is Amy. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I do my version of a calla lily. I think I said that wrong. And I'm going to be doing it on a green gloss wine bottle. I will be using 3 Amagic paintbrushes, and let's see if I can even determine now what the sizes are. A 4, 6, and a 10. And then my fine liner by Westonia and my dotting stylus. Now I do link the products that I use down below in affiliate links, so if you want to purchase those or see where I'm getting them, feel free to check that out below the video. I am going to be using burnt sienna, classic green, using tea berry again today, Scolbus yellow, yellow ochre, and of course my wicker white. Alright, I am going to start off by using the number 4 flat brush. I'm going to start with my little buds, and I'm going to use the number 4 brush and just kind of double load it. I just stick it into whatever paint I'm going to use, and then I do a blending stroke and I move on. Now the main thing is I have cleaned the bottle. I've actually started to paint something else on it, or started to paint and didn't like it, so I'm redoing it. And I did go over it with rubbing alcohol, but it looks like I still have a little bit left. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to do little buds. And I'm going to go like this, and then go like that. Come out this way, kind of swerve my brush a little bit and come back in. I'm going to do a few of them. And try to make it as neat as possible. Now, if you feel like your design is not opaque enough, you can go back over it. Sometimes I'll do a heat gun, which will allow me to paint back over it quicker. You just have to judge. If you think it's thick enough, or it's not too transparent, then you should be fine. Sorry, my brush hits up there. So it's just a real easy stroke. I'm just kind of doing a little teardrop. And then going like this, wiggle my brush a little bit. Come out this way and do the same thing as I'm bringing it down and bringing it back. Okay, just very simple. Alright, next thing I'm going to do, I'm trying this new way, still loading the brush with the same colors, the wicker white and the tea berry. I'm going to do this, basically what I'm trying to achieve here is just a basic petal shape. And you might think this is a little strange to do it this way, but I think it's simplistic, but it still makes a pretty shape for this type of a flower. Alright, I'm going to just do some basics here. That's why it's kind of nice to learn some basic flower shapes, flower petals shapes I should say, so that you are familiar with them and you can create based on the shapes. I hope that makes sense, because there's basic flower petal shapes, there's basic leaf shapes, some are similar. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I want to be able to go over this again, is give it hit with the heat gun, and I'll be right back. Alright, so what I did is I hit it with the heat gun, went over it again, and then I put these little curves here at towards the bottom of the petal. What I'm going to do now is do the center, and I'm going to come down like this and just bring it up. just a little, I don't know if you want to say a little curve or whatnot, but I just got to be really careful so that I don't pull the paint up. That's my biggest concern here with doing this, is pulling the paint up, just like I did there. So you have to just be very careful with it, and sometimes you end up having to tap the paint on just to keep from pulling it up. And just keep working with it like that till you get it the way you want it. And then we'll do it over here again. And I'm just going to do a really light pull. Working on glass isn't always the easiest surface. I mean, it's kind of easy because of the flow of the paint a lot of times, but it can be a little challenging, I do have to admit. You definitely need to work on it, get used to, know how to fix it if it gets too challenging. Then we'll do it again one more time. This again is just a simple way to make them. It's not the only way to make them, but when you're dealing with glass, and I am just taking my time. I want it to fit right in there. Come along and clean it up a little bit. And just make sure you fill in wherever the paint may have separated. And we're going to do that here too again. Just got to be real careful. Clean it up a little bit. Like that. Nice and neat. Alright, so again, just a very simple, not the only way you can do it, but a very simple way to do it. Alright, so then I'm going to take my number 6 and do what I did as far as loading the paint before. I'm going to put it into the green and the white, and I'm just going to come in here and come down and do my little stems. And here we go. And you can work with this more if you want. If you want all of them to have their own stem, you can do that. It's up to you. If you feel like they need to be thicker, more paint on them, just go back in and go over them again. It's not a big deal. I like to add other colors. I just kind of mix them and then just keep going. Alright, so on these I'm just going to do my attempt at just doing real little petals up around them. Nothing real crazy. And if you want to concentrate on what direction your colors are going in your petals, you can do that. I'm not really too concerned about it, so and by that I mean like I have the green on the top over here, the lighter on the top. It doesn't matter. It's really, again, up to you. You and how you want to create, give that creative ability to you. Alright, so then we're going to go like this and do a petal around your, not a petal, but yeah, well, a leaf, I should say, around your flower. Kind of remind me of a horseshoe, not sure why. because it's not, but yeah, you just kind of go like, you stick your brush down and then you pull it away and pull it back. And you can see my different colors in my leaves. So you push, you pull it away, and then you lift it up and pull it towards it. Just like that. Pretty easy, right? And then I'm going to come down here and do the same thing. Pull it away and pull it back. And it's not as opaque as I'd like it, so I probably will go back over it. And push it away, pull it up, pour it towards the flower, and there you go. Okay, pretty easy. Now let's just keep going with the leaves. Alright, I want this to have quite a few leaves on it, so I'm just going to start making them and just piling them in here. It's like one of mine that I did yesterday, I think it was, I had quite a few leaves in it. And that's what I want on this one. I want it to be full of leaves. I want them overlapping. Mixture of colors. One in different directions. Whenever I create, if you don't like that many leaves, please feel free to do something different. What I'm doing is just what can be done. It doesn't have to be what has to be done. Because I am just trying to do leaves, leaves, leaves. Fill it up with leaves. Make my leaves colorful. And if that's something you don't like, then don't do it. That one has a little pink in it. I'm going to come down here and do that too. Oops, I'm sorry, I'm getting excited about doing my leaves and I'm getting off the screen. Sorry about that. I appreciate you stopping by to watch my videos. Before you leave, make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. I try to do a video 5 to 6 times a week. It just depends how crazy of a week I'm having. Like I said, I hope you like this. I'll do some big ones up here. The thing of it is with what I'm doing it, I'm not going by anything as far as, you know, this is a certain flower and this is exactly how you have to make it, that kind of thing. I'm not doing that. Really not. Alright, let me go over this one again. And after you're done painting, if you think that your leaves need to be, you know, that you need to go back over them again, feel free to do so. Just, again, be very careful when you're doing it because the paint can come up. I can't push that enough because that's kind of disappointing when you start doing it and all of a sudden your leaf, you know, your paint's lifted up, your leaf is messed up, your design's messed up, that kind of thing. Alright, so on this one, what I'm attempting to do here is I want my darker on the bottom. I'm just throwing this in as an extra style leaf. And then I'm coming back over. I'll just keep blending it till I get it the way I want it. Again, trying to concentrate on the darker on the bottom. then I can just draw, hopefully, draw a little stem in. I'll do this again down here. And I'm just going to do a few of these. And my point is just to try to get some different leaves together. So they're not all one style, not all one color. And I'm concentrating on this, of course. There we go. Any questions, please feel free to put those down below my video. That's a perfect place to do it. And I think on here, whoops, on here I'm going to go like this. Actually, I should have the lighter on top. Concentrating. There's one last thing to finish and we'll be done. I'm not going to do too much on this. I just hope this design was easy enough for you as a beginner. Okay. Alright, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to take my dotting stylus and I'm going to just put a couple dots in here. And my little buds. And when you're doing this, you can make it to where they're actual dots, or you can just kind of clump them together, where it's just like you're doing little marks. I'm going to go up the center here with it. And you could actually even use a brush. My little fine liner brush does a good job when you're trying just to tap in, you know, some dots or some marks, not necessarily dots. I'm just going to do them lightly up the center. And like these, I'm just kind of more of clumping together, not dots per se. That one got a lot on it. It's a little clumpier probably than I would like. If you wanted to add a little bit of white in, you could. You know, just make it stand out a little more. Maybe even add a little brown into it. That's up to you. I think you get the gist though. Alright, so there you go. Something simple to do. If you like this video, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. New to my channel, please share, or I'm sorry, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and before you leave, please share this video on your social network with all your family and friends. I would greatly appreciate it. Just hit the share button underneath and you'll be good to go. Alright, until the next time, please stay safe and healthy and have a good one.